Good evening and welcome back. Here we are on day 231. I'm continuing just to talk about why I'm here in Kathmandu. Right now I'm at the Ayurvedic clinic, Ayurveda Home Health, I think it's called. And I was talking about removing toxins, including heavy metals from your body through Virachana or oleation, which I did a number of days. I've flown out here. Tomorrow I'm going to begin treatment. And treatments are pretty amazing. Now, there was a couple of years where I was actually an Ayurvedic technician. So I did the treatments on people and learned a great amount in the process. There's a number of different therapies that are used. In fact, probably an endless number of therapies that can be used. But there are some basic therapies that tend to be very, very effective for all constitutions. And one would be Shirodhara, which is when you're laying on your back on a table and warm oil is poured out, usually through a dish that has a hole in it that's hanging above your head. Oil comes down on your forehead. You typically have a roll of something across your eyebrows so no oil can get into your eyes. Traditionally, it was made up of a chickpea flour and water mixture that, it's kind of like dough and you can roll it in whatever shape you want. So you'd put that over the forehead, and then oil was brought over the forehead and it would run down, into your hair. And it's the most amazing thing because your thoughts just seem to disappear and you're left in this state of pure awareness. You're there and you're witnessing everything that's happening, but your thoughts have just kind of receded. And all there is this sensation of experience. I can't describe it in any other way. It's like transcending. You transcend. You're fully awake, but you're thoughtless. So that's Shirodhara. There's another therapy called pizza chili, and that's where warm oil is kind of poured over your body, followed up by someone's hand. This is kind of allowing that warm oil to spread out. As a technician, your hand gets super hot because the oil tends to be pretty warm. As someone who's receiving treatment, it penetrates, it feels like, into the very depth of the bones. So you feel this like deep penetration into your physiology in a way that I have found it just feels like it releases tensions in the physiology. There's another therapy that includes filling bolstices, cloth sacks basically, with rice or chickpea flour or barley flour, and then boiling that in milk or oatmeal, boiling it in milk. And so, a fair amount of milk, like 2 or 3 gallons of milk, and you're boiling these bolstices that have this grain within them. And then those are pulled out of this hot pot. And once again, that you're using these bolstices on the body in the same kind of motion as pizza chili was delivered. And then after about 35 to 40 minutes of using the bolstices and then replacing half of them in the pot, pulling another half out, using that on the body, you keep this cycle going for at least a half hour. And it's so soothing to the physiology. You feel like you've just, had a treatment, which indeed you have. There's all kinds of other therapies for eyes, ears, nose, joint pain. Well, just about any condition, Ayurveda is going to have treatment for it. So I don't know what I'm going to get because I'm going to be meeting with doctor tomorrow, Dr. Vyoma, who's 32 years old, an MD in Ayurveda. And so we're going to talk, and he's going to recommend treatments. And one of the way an Ayurvedic doctor checks to see how you're doing, an Ayurvedic doctor will typically take a 3-finger pulse. And you've got it, those 3 fingers feel the pulse of Vata, Pitta, and Kapha. And there are some amazing pulse readers out there that can determine all kinds of imbalances in your physiology just through putting their 3 fingers on your wrist. So, and then they'll look at your tongue, they'll look at your eyes. That'll be tomorrow for me. I'll have a consultation, and then we'll design a treatment program for me that hopefully will be absolutely right on. So, anyway, I'm going to leave this now. It's a nice little input about Ayurveda. And maybe next week I'll tell you how it's gone before, or maybe during, the time when I begin this Vastu architecture training, which we can talk more about. Okay, thanks for joining. Have a good rest of your day or evening. Bye.